Peggy, let's start with the new deal, if we may. Congratulations on that. That wasn't a difficult decision to make?
No, it was not. The conversation started as soon as the transfer window shut, and everything went pretty fast, very smooth. So no complaints on my side.
Because football's a funny old game, isn't it? Because, I mean, obviously under the previous manager you weren't in that much, and all of a sudden Miron comes in and he really likes what you're about.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of myself, I've always said how much I love this place since I set foot in here. So when the conversations really started to get a bit more serious, and obviously with the weight of Miron, it was a very easy decision for me, and yeah, really happy to extend my stay here.
Was it at any point in the back of your mind the situation the club's in at the moment? Because, I mean, it's by no means certain you'll be playing Championship football next season.
No, not for me. I am in the club's project, not for just this season or next season, or more for the future. And we all know it could be a possibility to play League One football next season. We're going to do our best not to, but if that's what it takes to take the club where it wants to be, I'll play my part.
How worried are you about the table as it stands at the moment?
Yeah, obviously we're not going to sit here and say that we're happy where we're standing at the minute. It's a difficult job. It was a difficult job 2 months ago. But if I don't remember wrong, we were, I think, 6-7 points as well away before our West Brom win. So 2-3 games changes everything. We're going to start on Saturday, start putting things right and keep climbing up.
Now, I know you didn't play up at Sheffield Wednesday, but I mean, is there a feeling amongst the boys that you've got something to show them, something to prove on Saturday?
Yeah, I think it's an important game for us. We're gonna do what we do best at home park, which is chase after teams, play with intensity, stay compact, and I think we have a good chance of getting a positive result.
And we all see how the team likes to play under Miron. I mean, there is a lot of passion, a lot of running about, a lot of hassling, just making life difficult for the opposition, isn't there? How easy or difficult is that to maintain? Because, I mean, obviously you had a huge game on Saturday and then you've got to try and do it all again at Hull. How difficult is that to do?
I mean, it's physically demanding, of course, but when we see our running stats, we're always quite high. So we just have to transfer that into positive outcome. We know the effort is there. We know we run for each other. So we just have to go out there and create a little bit more up front, because we do have the quality to score chances. We just have to put them away.
Brilliant. Best of luck. Thank you, Peggy.
Thank you.
Hello, Julio. Many congratulations on the new contract.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you playing for Argyle many more times. You said you sort of into the Argyle project. What do you like about this particular club? What do you think makes it, a place that you want to be working at for the next few years? Well,
listen, every time, especially when we play at home, I always feel the love from the fans, and that obviously plays a big part to be somewhere where you're liked, and the fans want me to be here. So. And that obviously plays a part in my decision making, but for me, it gives me the chance to be closer to my family as well. It is true we are far in a far part of the country, but compared to where I was before in Holland, it's definitely closer. So for me, that's a huge step. I love English football, that's why I came to England when I was 16. And yeah, just the club itself is very, very heartwarming. I think I've managed to integrate myself really well here, and I just want to keep continuing this chapter.
And it's a lovely part of the world when the sun comes out.
It is. We've had a nice couple of days. Not so nice when it's pouring down, but no, Plymouth is a beautiful city, beautiful people, and so I'm really, really happy to stay here.
In any transfer window, there's always lots of transfer speculation. Now, your name popped up with a move to maybe Hibernian up in Scotland.
Yeah.
Was there anything in that? Did you think that you might be leaving Argyle in January?
Well, it was never my intention to leave. Obviously, there's always rumours, but in that regard, my intention was always to stay here, so no concerns about that.
Well, I'm sure the fans will be pleased about that. In the recent games, and particularly up at Hull on Tuesday, you were on long throw-in duty quite a lot, weren't you? And you've done it in a couple of the recent games as well. How's that come about? Who came up with the idea that you'd be on the long throws?
Well, it's another possibility to create chances higher on the pitch. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I've got an amazing long throw, but it is a bit longer than other players on the pitch, and because of my position, sometimes it gives the chance for, in this instance, to Nico and Maxi to get up in their box. So yeah, it's just a different approach to try and create a set piece chance.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
I'm glad you didn't go to Scotland, mate. That's even further away from Spain. You know we're happy to see you here, and Alan touched on it. It is a real possibility, isn't it? You know, League One could be a possibility, but it's wonderful news for the Argyle fans that you've decided to commit yourself for these 2 years, or next 2 years. Do you realise how well that went down, you know, with the defeat at Hull? I think Chris made you man of the match at Hull anyway. But with the defeat at Hull, it was good news that you were staying and showed that sort of commitment.
So
easy decision.
What's your question then?
Well, easy decision. Yeah. Sorry about that. Was it? It was. Yeah. It was. Yeah. Easy. Like Chris said, easy decision to stay.
Yeah. No. Listen. There was always going to be that possibility in the back of my mind, but in terms of reassurance to the club and to the fans, that didn't change my decision making. I knew, and my family knew that it could be a possibility, but we made that decision anyway. So for me, it doesn't change the fact that, you know, we have 11 games left. We're gonna literally give our all for this football club, and if that chapter takes us into League One football next season, we're just gonna do what we do always, bounce back. Like there's no other option.
Brilliant. That's what I wanted to hear. That should have been the question.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Julio, Miron's just talked about that he's had words after Burnley earlier in the season and again after Hull. How have you seen it as players, and what kind of reaction do you as players want to give him?
Well, I think we had a good reaction after Burnley. Picked up a few good results after that. Obviously, bad result at home. We're just gonna do the same. I think the spirit today was still a little bit touchy. We're not gonna sit here and say we're happy. Everything is, you know, but we're gonna be there. We're gonna be there on Saturday. The team is gonna bounce back, and we're gonna do the best possible to get the 3 points.
You've shown in the FA Cup you can match some of the very best in this country. That's the kind of, I guess, performances that you've got to deliver over these next few weeks. Are you seeing that as players, that's the benchmark that you've given yourself now?
Yeah, I think sometimes, obviously, no one is not gonna be motivated when you play Man City, Liverpool, Brentford. We just have to transfer that when we play the likes of Hull, Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. We just have to keep maintaining that same level of motivation and dedication and confidence. Like it cannot change from one game to another, and we're gonna find the right balance for that. And the starting 11 that's gonna play on Saturday is gonna deliver.
You talked about the buzz you get from playing here on a match day. How much are the fans, and I just asked Miron the same question, that how they can make this place hostile if they want to, and you can generate off that, but you've got to give them something as well for them to get a bit excited about. Is that the challenge?
Yeah, no. Listen, we've got 11 games left. Whatever happens on Saturday isn't gonna dictate our fate at the end of the season. We are going to go out there, get the 3 points. But we have to stay. We have to remain calm. We can't get ahead of ourselves, because even if we get 3 points on Saturday, it's not going to change our situation on the table. So first test is on Saturday, and then after that we have another 10. But first one comes against Sheffield Wednesday. We need to get the 3 points. We know that, and we're going to do the best possible to do it.
Just give me a little line as well on the 2 Eastern Bloc bouncers you've got next to you that help. How much of a difference have they made? They make your job easier?
No, I think that they adapted really well to the team, to the club. Great players. There's no doubt about that. And to play alongside them gives you some sort of reassurance in the physical part. So really enjoying them, having them here, and yeah.
Miran, you said you weren't happy with the performance at Hull on Tuesday. I mean, obviously you did everything you could to mitigate against it, but was that an almost inevitable reaction from the big games you have had in recent weeks, or was it less acceptable than that?
No, I was very, very much disappointed after the game, and I think we should be, because the performance was just not near enough with the performances we had just a couple of weeks before. We had just 3 nights before. And if we are not on our maximum, if we are not on the limit, we're going to struggle everywhere. But this team proved those over the last couple of weeks. If we can reach our maximum, and if we can have our organization and then just go all in, we are very much competitive. And I think we simply missed that. You play Hull City away, you know it's a 6-pointer, and we had for the first 35 minutes 55 backflips, and I don't know. This is for sure not the moment to do this, but I was very disappointed. I was very straight after the game. I was very clear today with the whole stuff and very critical in terms of the meeting. But just after the meeting, immediately, and that's always the most important, the lads showed the reaction that was needed. Very good session, good support from all the staff, because the next opportunity is just waiting around the corner. It's Saturday.
Does leave you a lot to do. That table doesn't make for good reading now, does it? Only 11 games left to play. You're probably going to need to win, getting on for half of those, would you think?
Let's see. We have to start with the first one. We have to start with Sheffield, and that's also the plan. I think if we can manage to show another strong home park game like we did also in the last weeks, then we have all the chances to grab the 3 points, and then we are back in again. And a lot of teams are getting again in this nice group of teams fighting for the relegation. But everything will start with Sheffield, and if we can turn up and show the performance we have to show, and especially if we can create the home park into a big advantage for us, and this will be very much needed, then we have all the chances to grab the 3 points, and then we're back in.
How easy or difficult is it to combine the calm passion or the calm thinking that you like and you need with the passion that the players need to show as well?
Yeah, that's always to find a good balance. At one point I have to be positive and optimistic and always looking and showing the ways out, but at one point I have to put the finger in the wound and say, okay guys, this was not okay. And this was the case against Hull City, and it was not the last time I did this was half-time against Burnley. This is, I think, almost 1.5, 2 months ago, and I know exactly the kind of reaction the lads showed afterwards. And I did the same today. I did the same against Hull City, because that's our job also as staff, to support, to help, to give solutions, but on the other side also, from time to time also to push. And I think if we can find the right balance between keeping a cool head, but going fully and getting the home park behind us, because this will be key, then we have all the chances to grab the 3 points.
Sheffield Wednesday are very mid-table. What are you expecting from them?
No pressure at all. Clean week to prepare, so they will try to play their game, but it's always about us. If we can manage to give our performance, it should be hard for them.
Because you haven't had too many clear weeks, have you, as a result of that cup run, really?
Of course, but okay, I think everybody enjoyed this game, and I think we showed also a decent performance, don't get me wrong. But now this beautiful adventure is behind us, and everything in front of us is very much challenging, and we have to pick up this fight.
Ryan Hardy's been nominated for Championship Player of the Month, even though he only actually played 101 minutes, I think, in February. Where is he at now?
Finally today, the first time on the pitch, so finally positive, because to be fair, we just missed him so much over the last couple of weeks. If you have a player with this type of quality, this type of profile, which was and is very much needed for the type of game we are playing, organized, structured, waiting for regain to transition. You simply miss him. And the positive thing was Hardy was today on the pitch the first time now, I think almost 2.5, 3 weeks. So I'm very optimistic and positive to get him back on pitch on Wednesday. And we will try everything possible, maybe somehow, let's see how the reaction is, to get him also involved as a potential game changer for Saturday. But finally we are moving in the right direction with him, because we missed him as a striker and as a finisher, but we missed him also as a personality. When I think about Argyle, I think about Hardy, I think about Adam, I think about Joe. We will need these guys very soon on pitch.
And where are you with Adam?
The same message also yesterday. Yesterday already his first session on the day off. He had a first session here with the medical and the physical department, ticked off all the boxes, and the latest test for him will be tomorrow, the sprints. Again, very positive for Wednesday. Some little hope for Saturday. We will see.
Best of luck. Thank you, Mira.
Merci.
Hello, Miran. Adam Randall was charged by the FA with misconduct. Do you know if the club have had a response from the FA and what the punishment will be for that?
I don't know this. I had a conversation with him, and everything is solved between us.
Do you think there's any threat, though, that he could get a suspension because of that?
I don't think so.
No. Have you had any word from the club or the FA that
No.
wouldn't?
Yeah, I will be informed from Zach, but everything is fine.
And you said you'd had a word with him about the incident. How do you feel about Adam sort of allegedly having a confrontation with the referee in the dressing room after the game?
Allegedly. So I was not there. Nothing is confirmed over there. So I keep it like this.
You've given us a good update on Ryan Hardy. That's good to hear, because I think it's clear that you've missed him. TJ, is there any chance of him being involved in the next couple of games before the international break?
I don't think at all. Still a long way from him. It's a hamstring injury. It takes time, but at least Hardy is on his way back, and this will give us just the boost we need.
Have you or the club looked into the possibility at all of signing a striker on a free agent? Is there anyone out there that you've looked at, considered, or is that just a non-starter?
No, that was never a plan, because we knew that Hardy, it won't take ages. It was not that Hardy is out for the season, and I was, and I'm happy with the constellation of the squad. So there was no need to push for something.
I'll take that on board. How much regret is there? Is there any regret that you didn't bring a striker in January? I know you tried. I know the club tried. But given the lack of goal threat that looks to be in the team at the moment, how much of a regret is there that somebody wasn't brought in?
I don't feel regret at all. We all know that the January window is a very tricky one, and half Europe was looking for a number 9. The Premier League was looking for a 9. The Championship was looking for a 9. Belgium was looking for a number 9. The Bundesliga, and it's not that easy. But I was also completely aware that we have inside this team also some possibilities if we can just turn it around. I transformed Bundu into a number 9. And I found also another position for Hardy. Hardy was not scoring the goals as a number 9. He was scoring the goals as a right 10. So I think we puzzle up some things also inside this team to be dangerous. But it's clear, with or without Hardy, before and afterwards, we just have to be more dangerous up in front. We have to create just simply more output. And it's not only about the number 9. We have also a lot of number 10s. We just have to produce more. Because right now I'm demanding very much from Nicola, from Maxime, from Plegi, from Victor, from Matti. And by the way, they are defending outstandingly and fantastic. But they have also to score all the goals up in front. That's not fair. It should not be like this. That's why we need the number 9s and the number 10s to score. And I think it's also time now for them to step up.
One of those number 10s is Michael Baidoo, who came to the club for a club record fee at the time, before your arrival. But I think it's clear to see that he hasn't settled as well as everyone would have liked him to, including himself, I'm sure. What's your assessment of Michael's first couple of months at the club. What does he need to do to be able to make more of an impact for the club?
A rest. He finished the season over there and joined here. He came here without a break. So imagine you have to play throughout the whole season and you just have to continue another season. And that's almost somehow unfair also to Michael. He's a very good lad. He tries hard, but he looks just fatigued. And he's struggling in the moment, and we try to give him all the support he needs, but it's also not easy for him. And then adapting also to the championship, it's physical here. That's a different type of play, it's a different style of play, and he's obviously struggling with everything in the moment.
Have you spoken to him much about that?
Yeah, well, of course, over the last couple of weeks, and it's just a normal process. It takes a little bit of time. And don't get me wrong, we as coaches, we want players immediately, just coming, signing, playing. And sometimes it's not the case. So we have to consider all those kind of things before we sign players in which condition is the player arriving? Is he ready to give us immediately impact, or does he need maybe 2 or 3 months just to settle in? And these are, I think, very, very important things to consider for the future.
And you've only got 2 months left of this season. Is he going to be able to make a significant impact for the team this season, do you think?
I hope so. That's the plan also with Michael, and he will get all the support he needs. But in the end, the truth is on the pitch.
He was signed before you came to the club. He was on the club's radar in the summer transfer window as well. So the club had obviously done a lot of research on him, knew what he was about, and I think he knew a lot about the club as well. Did you know anything about Michael Baidoo, and is he your type of player? Would he fit into a Miran Musulic team?
I could not. He was already here when he signed, so he's an Argyle player, and he will try everything possible to support him best possible, to give him also the confidence he needs. But sometimes it just takes a little bit longer, and Michael is such a case.
And just one on the long throw-ins, because Cornell's been used for those a few times. Julio had quite a few on Tuesday night. Is the long throw-ins a way to try and get the ball in the box, create a few more chances, try and profit from set pieces a bit more?
Yeah, 100%. This is exactly what the opponents are doing. Just remember the Luton game. Just a couple of it was like every throw in from the midline was an attempt to attack the box. And we scored a penalty, and we scored a goal against Millwall after a long throw-in. We get the penalty against Liverpool for after a long throw-in, and we scored after a long throw-in also in Luton. So this is a clearly weapon, and we try to make it a strength. We know we are struggling anyway offensively to create a lot of goal-scoring opportunities, and set pieces is one opportunity.
Last one for me. Maxi was subbed in the second half. He got an early yellow card, and I didn't think he was the same after that. Was that all sort of in the decision to take him off before the end of the game?
Yeah, because it was just madness. It was just felt like basketball the last 10, 15 minutes, and that's always dangerous for a centre-back. If it's basketball, you have to protect a lot of space in behind you. You're yellow booked. One little silly foul and you're out, and I wanted just to protect Maxime, so we have him available for the next game.
Thank you. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Just one from me, Miran. Are you delighted that Pleggy signed a new 2-year deal at the club?
Very much, because I just recognize immediately the impact Julio can give us on the pitch, and the massive impact he has inside the locker room. Fantastic lad, fantastic human being, top professional, always with the right attitude, always with the right mentality, and just gives this and spreads this out left and right. And we have a lot of young players inside this locker room. So that was for me very, very clear. We have to push to get the job done and get the signing as soon as possible. I think Julio fits perfectly to Argyle, and by the way, I think he loves it here.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just a couple from me, Miran. A bit like the Incredible Hulk, they don't want to make you angry, but what kind of response do you want to see from your lads at the weekend? Because it's not often we've seen you mentioned you got angry after the Burnley game. You've obviously got angry a little bit or disappointed in the performance after Hull. What are you wanting to see from your guys?
Maybe angry is maybe the wrong word, because it's maybe too negative, almost very aggressive. But I'm always very clear in terms of my communication. I tell them what we want to see, and I tell them also exactly what we don't want to see, and then we show them in the analyze, and then we go out and support and work again. And I think we just lacked some of those qualities and character attributes we had over the couple of weeks. And it was Hull City. That was exactly the night where we have to show up and picking up the fight and just make it a battle, especially away. And I think we missed that, and this is why I was disappointed. And from there on, we move again, because I can be disappointed for a certain time, or we as staff and also the players. But for the next day and the next moment, we have to give again solutions and options to be capable and to be ready to win the next game. And I think we did this today in the meeting in the morning, and we did it especially together with the lads outside. So the reaction was there, and I'm very much looking forward to take this reaction into Saturday. Then we are competitive.
We've seen in recent home games here the crowd making a real noise, a real racket up at Man City at the weekend. How much can they play a part, and do you want them to kind of create a hostile atmosphere for the opponents, that it's going to be tough to come to Argyle whatever happens on and off the field?
That's exactly what we want, and that's exactly also the message to the team, that we have to do our job, and the Green Army will be there. They will create the atmosphere for us. We need this hostile always behind us, pushing us, celebrating when we tackle, celebrating when we win, when we create some offensive threats, and just be ready to support us, to be the 12th man. And this will have a huge impact on our performance. That's why I'm very, very confident looking forward for Saturday. We're going to do our job. The Green Army gonna support us on this way, and then we are just hard to beat.